Welcome to another show. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 strange facts about the 1988 Superboy television series. Let's get right into the countdown. At number 10, Gerard Christopher was 30 years old when he made his debut as Superboy, making him older than Christopher Reeve, Dean Cain, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, and Tyler Hoechlin when they made their respective debuts as Superman.
I still don't think I'm a good actress. I still think I'm always striving for something. For the first time in my life, I never, ever watch myself.
Number 9, Stacey Haydock, who played Lana Lang, was the only first-season regular cast member to be retained for Season 2, as well as the rest of the series. She would go on to appear in many science fiction and horror genre TV, including but not limited to Sequest DSV, Kindred the Embraced, Charmed, The Sentinel, X-Files, Heroes, and True Blood.
And maybe I can even say something, because to me as an artist, it's about getting that moment present where you're so right there that you're full and you don't have to think about anything other than what's going on here.
At number 8, this was the first weekly TV series to be produced at the then new Disney MGM studios in Orlando, Florida. For the second season, the series moved several miles down Interstate 4 to Universal Studios, Florida, the largest motion picture and television sound facility outside Hollywood, where it was then showcased as that studio's first weekly television product.
Lana, he shouldn't have gone by himself. We're a reporting team.
Fine, so you and TJ are a reporting team, and you and I are swim.
No, don't.
Number 7, by the time the series was produced in 1988, Superboy had been nullified from DC, at least the Kal-El version. There was a Superboy, Con-El, who appeared later, after this series had been canceled, but he was not the same person as Superman in that continuity.
I was wondering, are they planning a ceremony when we get in? I mean a reception?
A hero's welcome, son. Is that what you like? Well, God knows it should be.
Number 6 is the Star Trek connection. In a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon move, Greg Morris appears in the first season of Superboy. His son Phil Morris guest starred as the Martian Manhunter in Smallville from 2001.
Welcome home, Kal-El.
And played Jimmy Olsen in Superman Red Son, as well as other roles appearing in other DC animated shows. Also, he was in the original series of Star Trek, the episode Miri, as well as Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. For those who don't know, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, or Bacon's Law, is a parlor game where players challenge each other to choose an actor whom they connect to another actor by a film in which both actors appeared.
It's the law that states that anyone in Hollywood can be linked to Kevin Bacon in 6 steps or less, although it turns out that so many famous actors are a mere 2 degrees of separation.
Originally, this is repeated to try to find the shortest path that leads to prolific American actor Kevin Bacon. It rests on the assumption that anyone involved in the Hollywood film industry can be linked through their film roles to Bacon within 6 steps. The game's name is a reference to 6 degrees of separation, a concept that posits that any 2 people on Earth are 6 or few acquaintances linked apart. In this case, we'll apply it to Phil Morris. At number 5, Superman creator Jerry Siegel first pitched a Superboy character to Detective Comics, which is now DC Comics, in November 1938, but his idea was rejected twice before the publishers noticed the popularity of younger superheroes such as Batman's sidekick Robin. Superboy debuted in More Fun Comics number 101 in 1945.
I was doing a TV show at a studio called Zip, and I heard they were looking for Superboy. So I happened to walk in the office of the producer and the head of the studio. They were playing gin rummy. So I said, by the way, I have the winner, and also I can fly. So I heard they laughed, and I took the winner on and started playing gin and beat him. So I knew I had the job. Right? They were actually casting when I was sitting there playing gin rummy with them when they had different actors.
At number 4, as of 2025, Stacey Haydock is the last actress to portray Lana Lang as a redhead. her most common depiction in the comics. Kristen Crook portrayed the character as a brunette on Smallville, followed by Jaden Gould and Emily Peterson in the DC Extended Universe, as Amy Adams kept her trademark red hair as Lois Lane, and Emmanuel Tricky on Superman and Lois from 2021. The number 3 number on our list is that the Salkins danced around the legal rights to the character. They couldn't produce a Superman TV series as the rights to that character were not available, but they still had the rights to certain characters and produced the show Superboy. Although they sold the rights to use the Superman license to the Cannon Group, Alexander and Ilya Salkin possessed a license to make other productions based on different characters. After failing with a film based on Supergirl in the mid-1980s, they decided to try again with Superboy and developed a series for syndication that launched in the fall of 1988.
You were taken from us when you were a baby. I'm your father, Jarrell, and this is your mother, Lara.
I was afraid it was going to be crime and punishment.
Remember when I made you read that?
How could I forget? I was only 12 years old. It was the worst torture you could have thought of.
I wasn't punishing you, Lex. I was trying to help. You showed great promise.
At number 2, James Bond and Tarzan both played Kryptonians. George Lazenby, who played James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, played a version of Jor-El, Superboy's Kryptonian father, as well as Bond girl Britt Eklund playing his mother Lara. TV's Tarzan from the 60s, Ron Ely, played an alternate version of the Man of Steel.
I did get a ticket during the Superboy thing. I was doing something kind of silly, but it wasn't what they said it was. I wrote a letter that was stupid of me at the time, and that's one of the reasons they say I left the show, but it really had to do with money. They kept saying, oh, we're going to pay you more. You're doing all your own stunts. You had a couple accidents, close near-death stuff, literally, that happened, and they're like, we're going to get you more money. And then they came down, they said, no, we're not. And I'm like, well, I'm not coming back. I'm not faulting anybody. It was truly my bad. I had a contract, but they shouldn't have promised me more money, and no one would come up with the money. So the producers, the creators, the Viacom, it was just a mess. And I was like, well, I'm not coming back. And I could be stubborn and stupid. You know, I was 23. I wish in hindsight, I'd honored my contract, just because it's a contract, you know, and I entered into it. And so that I do feel bad about, because that's an integrity issue.
And the number 1 strange fact about the Superboy TV series is that both Superboy and Lex Luthor's appearances changed in the second season as the roles were recast. But no explanation was given as to why Superboy's appearance changed in season 1, because he was played by John Haymes Newton, and then in season 2 on, he was Gerard Christopher. Yet Scott Wells was also replaced as Lex Luthor by Sherman Howard. The change in Luthor's appearance was explained in the second season opener with this ring IV kill. The 2-part episode revealed Luthor had plastic surgery to assume the appearance of Warren Eckworth, the wealthy inventor of the Superboy gun, which Luthor believed could kill Superboy. Other second season changes include the character of T.J. White being written out of the series. He went to work for the Daily Planet. And Andy McAllister, portrayed by Ian Mitchell-Smith, became Clark's new roommate. Andy was different from TJ and was constantly looking to make money with his get-rich-quick schemes. He also flirted with Lana frequently, and his advances were always refused, though Lana did consider Andy a friend. And that was our list for today. What do you think? What's your favorite fact about the Superboy TV series from 1988? Let me know all your thoughts about that series in the comments section below. And while you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell to stay informed. Share this video, as that will help me grow on YouTube as well. And also check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise, which is in the comments section as well. Until next time, this is Kevin Gibbons saying live long and prosper. May the force be with you, and keep reaching for the stars.